Hello, everyone, and welcome to my review of the brand new Michael Bay film, 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Now, I'm not a fan of Michael Bay. I hate to hate on the man, but he has made a lot of films that have really upset me, or bored me, or I questioned my own insanity after watching them. But I have to admit, when I saw the initial trailer of this movie, I was surprised and kind of excited, but a little worried because it was a Michael Bay movie, because it was coming out in January. January's notorious for being known to be one of the worst months in the years of cinema. Most of the films that come out in January are pretty bad. But I don't know. And also, this movie is based on a true story. And what Michael Bay has done with films that are based on a true story, Pain and Gain, Pearl Harbor, this is some terrible films, my friends. Some awful, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad films. But for some reason, I went in this movie with an open mind. It is based on a true story. It tells a story that took place about 3 years ago. Some very tragic things happen. Of course, it's a war story. And it's a story that I was aware of. I heard about it. I can't say I knew all the details. So I don't know how truthful this movie is to the original story, to the soldiers who both lived and died during this action. But as a Michael Bay movie, I think I was going to try and give him a chance and not outright hate him and try and enjoy the film no matter what. Because honestly, I like war movies. I like war movies whether they're based on truth or not. Or maybe based on a war but not really true characters. Just taking true ideas and then forming a fictional story around it. So how was this film? Well, to my surprise, I really, really, really enjoyed this film. I felt like Michael Bay really tried to restrain himself, especially when it came to the action. Yes, there's lots of explosions and there's lots of stuff that Michael Bay puts in his movies, but I almost questioned as I was watching this movie, is this a Michael Bay film? This doesn't exactly feel like your typical Michael Bay movie. This feels more respectful to the material. It's paced well. The acting is very good. I enjoyed the dialogue between the characters. This is not a movie with a lot of movie stars. It has more television stars than anybody else. Of course, we have John Krasinski from The Office. And then we have James Badge Dale from 24. You know, these are people that are known more for their acting on television than their acting on the big screen. But I do like these actors, and I felt like they did a great job to convince me, this whole team of guys, to convince me that they were soldiers, that they were put in this horrible situation, and that they tried their best to do as much as they could as possible to get out of the situation. I believed in the location, and it was really shocking to find out where they actually shot this film at. I really believed that it was in the place that they said, in Libya, in Benghazi. They did a really good job to convince me. And, I mean, this movie is 2.5 hour film, and, of course, the stuff that happens in this film, the main part, at least, tells the story of what happened for 13 hours as these men are trying to save these people, save the U.S. ambassador, and save themselves from what was crowding around them. And I'm glad I didn't know all the details. Again, I don't know exactly what... It says the movie is based on a true story, but I don't exactly know all the details, so I don't exactly know what all is... Where is all the truth? I don't know exactly. But I have to say, as a piece of entertainment, as a piece of filmmaking, and as a film from Michael Bay, to my surprise, this is the best film that he has done. It might be even my favorite film of his since The Rock. Now, I like Transformers, and I like The Island, and I find a lot of entertainment value from Armageddon. You can't. It's just there's so much good stuff in that stupid film. But, there's a lot of things that I don't like from Michael Bay. And a lot of those things are in the film, but I just felt like he held it back a little bit. He was very... I don't know. I think he really cared about this material. And I know that he is a big fan of the military, and he puts the military... A lot of the military the element of the military is in his films. But for me, sometimes, it looks like he's... in the way he's honoring them, but at the same time, I think he's not. He's not really honoring the military and what they really do. But in this film, a true story of all things from Michael Bay, he really put a lot of heart and soul in the film. And yes, he has his staple of his action, but the characters were interesting. Yes, they're based on real people. And in some sort of trilogy of films, I would definitely want to watch this movie at the same time enjoying Black Hawk Down and Lone Survivor. I don't think this film is as profound as those films, but in the end, I think this film really strives for that, and for the most part, succeeds. I think it's a well-made action film. It's a great war story, something that happened really recently, and this movie could have been a complete disaster, especially coming from this infamous director that a lot of people hate. I don't hate Michael Bay. I'm not a fan of Michael Bay, but I love to be surprised when it comes to filmmakers that I just don't really care about. And I think Michael Bay has really put a lot of work into this film, and it shows. And I think it's a great film. And it's a film that it is January, but I think I'm going to remember this for the rest of the year, even though there's going to be hopefully better films, better war films to come out this year, or better films in general. But for January, this is a pretty awesome movie and something that I highly recommend you see. It is extremely shocking and sad and intense, but as a piece of entertainment, it's definitely something worth checking out. Also, it's something that it honors the men and women who do fight for us, that do a lot more than I could ever imagine. It's a good film, and a great film, I should say, that honors their hard work and what they do for this country. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate the hard work that went into making this film. And for that, I'm actually going to give, surprisingly, I can't believe it, for the first time ever, I'm going to give Michael Bay's 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. I'm going to give the film a solid 3.5 stars out of 4. I thought it was a really great film. Definitely something worth checking out.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and share this video. And also, please check out these amazing movie websites. And if you enjoyed this review, please click here to subscribe to my channel, and also please check out all my recent reviews right here on YouTube. Have a great day, live film, find peace, happiness, and harmony in anything and everything you do, and I'll talk to you at my next movie review.